Hello and welcome back to another Meals of the Week, although this week I've added a few brunches in as well. It's just the way I record sometimes. So my first brunch that I'm going to pop in is just 2 slices of seeded bloomer bread and then one of my absolute favourite toppings, which is avocado. On top of this I just added a dry fried, or I say dry fried, I mean spray oil fried egg, so it's not really greasy. And I did some tomatoes in the air fryer. It's a really good way to do tomatoes. They take about 7 minutes to go really nice and sticky, and sometimes I sprinkle a little bit of balsamic vinegar on the top. And then over the top of this I add cayenne pepper and smoked paprika, and it's just a really nice brunch. You don't need breakfast and lunch, it just keeps you going until dinner time. So my next meal is one of my absolute favourites, and it's all done in the slow cooker, and this is a slow cooker smoked fish chowder. I have put this in a slow cooker video before, which I will leave in the description box, and that video's got all the ingredients and step-by-step instructions, so if you do want to make this, then make sure to go and check that video out. This is a recipe that I was really dubious about making as it uses evaporated milk, but I'm so glad I did because it's become a real favourite in our house. It's so creamy, the smoked fish gives a really nice flavour, and once you've put everything in the slow cooker you really don't have to worry about it again for the rest of the day, and it's definitely perfect for this time of year, served with a nice chunk of crusty bread, nice and warm out of the oven with loads of butter on. I can't rave about it enough. If you do enjoy fish and chowder's something you haven't tried, then definitely go and try this one and check out the video. So for tonight's dinner we are having a use up. So we've got some burgers out of the freezer. They are melt in the middle maple and chili ones. We've got some lettuce, some squeezy cheese and some ketchup in the buns. We've also got some mashed potato that was left over and some beans. I've just added tomato puree, some balsamic glaze, some smoked paprika and some cayenne pepper, and done them on the hob. And this is what we've all got for dinner tonight in various forms. So for tonight's dinner we have got a gammon pasta with some grated cheese on top. This is just plain pasta with some seasoning, a tiny little bit of butter and some cooked gammon on top. And then the other half of the family have gone for gammon, egg and chips because no one could really decide what they wanted. So we're all having gammon but in different ways. So I thought I'd show you both of them. So tonight's dinner was just a simple meal but one of our favourites, and it is just king prawns on a little bit of lettuce served in a homemade sauce, which is basically just light mayonnaise and some ketchup. I always add a little bit of lime juice and some smoked paprika over the top. And we just served this with jacket potatoes that I started off in the microwave, finished off in the air fryer, and a little sprinkling of extra mature grated cheddar. So I made some homemade Subways for dinner tonight, which is basically just pizza, pepperoni, some ham, some Gouda cheese in these sub rolls that I get from Tesco's, and then I pop them in the oven for about 10 minutes or so. Cheese has just started to bubble up, and then we just fold them over and they're nice and crispy on top. They come out just like Subway, and I'm not going to fold the rest so that the boys can put their sauces and things on them and whatever they want, probably some chilies, maybe some salad, and that's our homemade subs. So here they are on the plate. I've just done a few air fryer chips as well, and that's what's for dinner tonight. So I've just made a quick salad with some leftover char grilled chicken and some brie. I've also got some mixed leaves, there's some tomato cucumber and some of the little sweet pepper dew peppers that I really like, and they're quite spicy. I've topped it with a little bit of mayonnaise and some cayenne pepper. Just thought I'd pop it in because I'm really in the mood for loads of salads and soups and things right now. So for breakfasts, anything to do with salmon, eggs, bagels, and I'm happy. So we had some salmon left over from a previous meal that I needed to use up and didn't need to use it for lunch or dinner. So I just toasted a bagel, popped some of the Philadelphia salmon spread on the top, and then put the salmon on top of that. Then I soft boiled 2 eggs, but when I say soft boiled I have to get it just right because I want the yolk slightly runny, but I don't like the white runny at all. It has to be firm, which is really hard to do, to be honest. There's a few seconds in between the two of them. As always, I cut them open, sprinkle on some cayenne pepper and serve it with some tomatoes. This was a brunch, it kept me going all day, and yeah, I just really enjoy bagels for breakfast. So on Sundays I always have a little bit more time, so I try and do a bit of a bigger breakfast or something I wouldn't normally do during the week. I got these sausage patties from Aldi and they taste very much like the McDonald's ones that they use in sausage and egg and bacon and egg muffins. I also cooked some bacon and I make up some egg to go in the sandwiches as well. I know that traditionally you would use kind of like a fried egg in these, but I just find that cooking so many at once gets on top of me and things start to go wrong. So I make up like an omelette and then I can get 4 out of each pan because I just cut the omelette into a quarter, and by the time you've added your sausage, your cheese slice, your ketchup, your buttered muffin, and then you wrap it all up, it doesn't really notice anyway. So I toast my English muffins and butter them, then I start layering them up. So some have double sausage, cheese slice and egg, some have sausage, egg and bacon, and some people just have bacon and egg, if I remember rightly. I think my favourite tip with this is once you've assembled your muffins, rather than serving them straight away, I always wrap them up, whether it's in foil or in greaseproof paper, and just pop them back in the oven turned off for about 10 minutes or so while you give everything a good clean down. That way the cheese slice melts and all the flavour soaks into the muffin bun, and they just taste so much more authentic that way. They really do taste like you've nipped out to McDonald's and bought them. You can also add hash browns into these if you've got them. I just didn't have any in. This is just a way of keeping our hungry teenage boys full up until it's time for lunch, which generally on a Sunday is around 5 or 6 o'clock at night because we have a roast dinner most Sundays. It just keeps everybody full, and it's really nice to sit down on a Sunday and have something a little bit special. So here are pizzas dished up. These are the boys' ones. Steve and I are going to eat a little bit later because it's Friday, so we're going to have ours with a movie later on, and the boys go off and do their own thing. So we've got our chicken meatballs, pepperoni. This one has got the tomato base, and we've got some salad. So we've got Chinese leaf lettuce, cucumber tomato, hash browns. In the bowls there are olives, beetroot, mini pepperdew peppers, and some spicy pickled onions. And the boys, the older 2 boys, have also got some coleslaw on their salad as well, and some hash browns. So this should keep them going for a little while at least. And Steve and I are going to have goat's cheese and chilli jam a little bit later on.